Luke, and here's Nathan and John. We are here to discuss about marketing strategy for launching a new product. And our current topic will start from a new game from Blizzard Entertainment. So on 3rd of November this year, Blizzard Entertainment has announced a new game named Diablo Immortal. Diablo series is one of the most powerful game franchises in the world and has a fandom of really hardcore gamers. Blizzard's new Diablo game is going to be a mobile game. That is, Diablo Immortal is going to be for smartphones like this. The mobile platform is very strong, says Wyatt Cheng, who's a senior designer at Blizzard Entertainment. Phones are now as powerful as the supercomputers we had 5 years ago. It's a supercomputer in your pocket. But reactions from fans are really disastrous. Blizzard used to be a PC game company, and most of its fans are basically PC gamers. Since June of 2017, when the latest Diablo expansion, Rise of the Necromancer, was released, Diablo gamers have been waiting for Diablo 4, or at least a new expansion for Diablo 3. But when they found out that the new game is going to be for mobile, the fans have gone outrageous. As you can see, most viewers of this trailer movie here got more than most viewers of this trailer who watched this video had pressed this like button. And if you look up for reaction videos in YouTube by YouTube streamers, most of them are blaming Blizzard for Diablo Immortal. Their disappointment and anger can be summarized by one single question from Q&A session.
Wondering, is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke?
Although Blizzard has expected some backlash, clearly it was not to this degree, says Alan Adam, who's an executive producer and Blizzard co-founder. Blizzard's overconfidence is read by Cheng's icebreaker during Q&A sessions. Do you guys have no phones? This joke was booed by the audience right after it slipped through Cheng's lips. The aftermath is like a nightmare for Blizzard Entertainment. The stock price of Activision Blizzard Incorporated has begun to fall drastically from $68.99 to $50.05. Activision Blizzard has never suffered such a huge drop. But there are other points of view that expect something different. Wall Street analysts say that Diablo Immortal is still profitable for Activision Blizzard. The key is China market. Mobile game is the most profitable game platform in Asia, and China is one of the biggest markets for mobile game companies. It can be clearly seen that Blizzard is definitely focusing on China market due to its partnership with NetEase Games, a Chinese game company. Wedbush analyst Michael Patcher said Diablo Immortal could contribute high margin revenue of up to $3 million annually. What would be waiting for Blizzard Entertainment? Will they either success or will they fail? Although we can only imagine at this point, since it's not even launched, we can expect the results by comparing this situation with similar cases from the past. We'll take a look with two products, Kellogg's Breakfast Mate and Apple's AirPods. Nathan will discuss about Kellogg's Breakfast Mate first.
Thank you very much. All right. We'll first investigate the case of the Kellogg's Breakfast Mate. In 1990, Kellogg was interested with rapidly growing instant food market. That graph is on your handout, you may see. It has been increased for 50%. Should have put the data on the handout, but the space was limited. The market has been growing up because there are more demand, more workers for office workers and long distance commuters and dual income families. They don't have enough time for slow food. they need a instant food that needs to be eaten convenient way. Okay. So cereal company, the Kellogg, was interested in launching a new product to respond to rapidly growing instant food market. Next page. So Kellogg launched a new product named Breakfast Mate. They preceded marketing the cereals before, like boxed cereals. They made it themselves a bit heuristic. The Kellogg's major brand were on the list. The Cornflake, Frosted Flake, Fruit Loops, and Mini Wheats. That these are the main products from the Kellogg, and they make it like a one-in-one packaging. So they were really confident with their new product. Next page, please. The previous one. However, the Kellogg's product was rejected by customers. Their great hubris led to failure. Breakfast Mate has some design flaws. They lack the experiment how actually customers is going to use the product. The product did not meet the customer's expectation on Kellogg Frog. I will introduce the 4 reasons why it was not successful. Next page, please. The first reason is the one milk problem. The package contained the milk that was produced aseptically, which means no bacteria on the milk. It is sealed very well. Not very well, but yeah, somewhat. In other words, it means it did not need to be refrigerated. Despite its convenience, people didn't like to eat cereal with warm milk. They prefer eating cereal with cold milk since it's not the refrigerated. The milk is room temperature. Later, they decided to place the Breakfast Mate in refrigerated section to solve the problem. However, another problem arises. Next page, please. The problem was that customers could not find where Breakfast Mate was located in the market. Usually, cereals are stored in the cereal section. Customers were not familiar with finding cereals in refrigerated section in the market. They got confused, or even they don't know the new product that has been launched. Kellogg also considered re-educating the customers with massive advertisement, but their product is in refrigerated section, but the price of the advertisement was too high, so it was not appropriate option. Next page, please. All right. Second reason, the place to be kept. The directors of Kellogg didn't consider how customers would use it after it was purchased. It was designed to be portable, so it would not be usually kept in refrigerated. They would prefer storing them in handy places such as lunchbox, briefcase, or desk drawer. That would cause the old problem, the one milk issue. Directors could notice this fact. Changing the display section was not the correct solution. Next page, please. The third reason came from the advertisement. Their advertisement was confusing customers. The advertisement was implying that parents didn't have to worry about feeding their kid. Breakfast Mate looked like easy to use product and kid-friendly product in advertisements. However, the actual product was not easy to use for the kid. The children need to help in order to use it properly. Can I go back to the first reason? I want to use this. In order to open the milk, the kid has to use the knife or scissors to open this milk. But Is it really easy way? Anybody got it? Not really? Okay, I will explain that. Okay. Finally, the price. Breakfast might was usually sold in from 1.39 to 1.69. The package contained only 118 milliliter of milk, 21 grams of cereal, and a plastic spoon, which is contained in the package. Breakfast mate was not cost effective compared to the Kellogg's original product, which is a boxed cereal. Most of customers just decide to buy original cereal box and a gallon of the milk, as they have always done before. Right. So we will look why it is failed. In this case, Kellogg should have checked all aspects for the new product launch. Launching the new breakfast mate was with great hubris. The company failed to innovate their product. Even though breakfast mate was trying to meet current trend, it was not everything company had to concern about it. Customers were disappointed when their expected brand experience is ruined. Considering only one parameter, the current trend, and simply trying to imitating the trend without innovation can be ended with fatal result. Right. We will look at the other case. Please, President.
And on September 7th, 2016, Apple unveiled the iPhone 7, which removed the headphone jack on its body. And people couldn't understand when Apple was denigrating the universality of the 3.5 millimeter as an ancient concept. But the people heard the rumor of this removal, and they prepared themselves for Apple's elimination of the headphone jack, and they replacing it hopefully better. Then the Apple introduced AirPods, and this time people outraged. And people had nothing but unbridled scorn for every aspect of the just unveiled AirPods. AirPods has the very same problem with the Kellogg's breakfast mates, but we don't have enough time. So if you want to look at what is the specific problem with the AirPods, if you go Google and search AirPods skepticism, then you will find more information about it. But oddly, despite the people's ridiculous and scorns, AirPods is evaluated as a best wireless headphone around and a must-have iPhone accessory. And out on the coffee shop or the public transportation, you will notice more and more people wearing these AirPods now. So now we'll first look at how customer reaction had changed, and then investigate how Apple is different from Kellogg's breakfast mate. The first stage of people's reaction was in anger. Some claiming that Apple's AirPods are a dual ear version of a very, very bad Bluetooth headset. And notice that I'm trying not to use the violent words. And to the customers, AirPods was just a wireless earpods, and people consider earpods as a bad thing on this planet, with a terrible sound quality, and that is an abomination to the people. But since Apple removed the headphone jack on iPhone 7, those who want to upgrade their phones, they either have to use the dongle for their own earphone that has a 3.5 millimeter jack, or to use the wireless ear headset. And $159 of the price, AirPods price, was too expensive for a wireless earpods. And last but not least, the designs of the AirPods was ridiculous. And these are some of the Apple jokes that are floating around the internet. Yeah. And I was very touched by their jokes made by the Nelson Mandela, who is very famous of courage and the Nobel Prize. Because Apple mentioned the AirPods as a courage, they made this kind of joke. And then people enter into the stage 2 of criticism, blaming the victims. And these victims are those who choose to buy the product that critics believe are both overpriced and inferior to their competition. And these victims loved AirPods, resulting in 98% of the customer satisfaction. And these are some of the facts that the critics consider about the Apple customers. And so those who remained negative about AirPods admitted the success of the AirPods, since it has the 98% of satisfaction rating. But saying the AirPods is not a successful, not because that it's a good product, but because Apple knows its customers well and has a very good idea of what products its customers want to use. And then a year later, those who were skeptic about AirPods retracted their criticism and praised how wonderful it is. AirPods is not perfect. There are a couple aspects that AirPods lacks, like lack of external sound isolation and USB-C charging, but these are far outweighed by Apple's comfort, fit, sound quality, reliability, and unrivaled ease of use. And what could explain people's reversal from taking public offense at AirPods to them becoming highly satisfied product? As most of AirPods users claim, AirPods convenience is the unrivaled comparison to all other headphones. So along with this highly specialized strength of convenience, it was a combination of better than expected sound quality and functional design working together made AirPods a leading wireless headphone. And this means that Apple didn't overlook the importance of user experience and tried to overcome all possible criticism by unrivaled strength of product. Then how is Apple's AirPods different? And these are some of the images that will show most of the AirPods convenience. It is saying that if you just open the AirPods case, then your iPhone, if you have iPhone, this iPhone will instantly connect the AirPods, and you are able to use them very quickly. And then how's Apple's AirPods different from the Kellogg's Breakfast Mates that made AirPods successful, but Breakfast Mates not? Kellogg was not fully aware of customers' needs, which is one of the core business strategies that every company should know. And they didn't design the product from the customer's point of view. And on the other hand, Apple, they designed the product from the customer's point of view. That's why the AirPods is so convenient. And furthermore, unlike Breakfast Mates, AirPods had this unrivaled strength of convenience, and this made the AirPods still expensive but reasonable price to the customers. But Breakfast Mates lacks this unrivaled strength of convenience or their product strength to outweigh all other average factors of the product, and which made it fail to be a cost-effective product. So by investigating these two cases, Kellogg and Apple's AirPod, it is clear that the careful imagination and experiment of user experience became one of the most important factors which will determine the success of the product and services. And since there can't be a perfect product for every company, so if the product has just only one unrivaled strength compared to all other competition, then it is most likely to be the best product in the market. So if the Blizzard and those companies who are planning to have a new launch of product and services, if they have these two conditions, then they will overcome the initial criticism from the customers and be successful in the market. And that's all for our presentation. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, please ask.
Okay, questions? Questions? Okay, real quick one. Did Kellogg's withdraw that product?
Yes, they have been. They decided to discontinue the selling the product, and instead they go with the nutrition bar.
Okay. Okay.
And that happened within a year.
That was in 1999,
Okay. The launch and failure happened very quickly.
Yeah.
and it was launched in 1998. So it's just a 1 year old thing.
Okay.
What is the marketing status of the Blizzard right now? So, are they taking any actions?
Right now they are looking through the reactions of the fans, and right at this stage they say they do have some backlashes, but they do think they can help it right now when they help in the movie.
Does that answer your question?
I have a question for Diablo. I know Diablo's failure is product failure, not marketing failure. Because Diablo users want to more graphic or more visuality in computer game, not mobile. But Blizzard launch mobile phone. So I think this is not marketing failure.
Well, to explain it a little bit deeply, the fans have been asking to Blizzard team when there's going to be any new Blizzard product, when is it coming out, and on this summer they have uploaded a video that they will be telling everything on the exhibition this November. So fans are really waiting for another game until since they were not told that it's going to be a mobile game or something. So basically it is also a production problem, but it's also for over marketing and disappointing their fans.
And if you like if you went through our presentation, you will notice that the cases that we compared with the Diablo, the breakfast mate, and the AirPods, we also investigated about the product and the marketing, because we think that the marketing comes from the product and how the product is designed or functioning. That will determine the marketing strategies and all those stuff. So yeah, we both included this product details and the marketing plan.
Thank you.
Any other questions?